Hi, welcome to Rich Adventures. This is my very first episode, so it's going to be pretty raunchy as far as video quality, audio quality, all the other stuff that goes along with first-time adventures. So I just ask for your forgiveness, and if you want to watch what I'm about to do today, is on my brand new Wolfbox mirror Dashcam in my brand new Ford F-350 Super Duty crew cab. Just see if you guys like the ideas that I have. Anyway, right here is the unit, and if you want to watch unboxing of the unit, well, go watch somebody else's lame channel, because my lame channel, I don't unbox stuff for people. That's about the dumbest thing I've ever watched. Right here's the dash cam mirror, and it comes with the car charger, this kind of charger right here. I got a mount to mount it, and over here on the seat is the rear camera, as well as an installation kit that I got separately. And the installation kit allows me to do some other things. So when I started on this adventure, I bought this truck, and it comes with these wonderful uplifter switches, and I thought, oh wow, I could just hot wire it right there and run the power cord right over here, and I'd have a real short power cord just going to the switch. Well, that was before I figured out what these switches really do. These switches are not to power anything except a relay and a fuse box under the hood. Once the relay is tripped, then power goes out through a fuse and goes to a wire, and you wire that wire if you want to use the uplifter switch, which makes sense now that I understand how it works. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos on those, and a lot of people don't do a very good job of explaining how to do that. There's some pass-through wires and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Bottom line is, I've decided I really don't want to use the upfitter switches, upfitter, not uplifter, upfitter switches, because with the Wolfbox Dashcam, mirror Dashcam, you get the added benefit of having a security system monitor your vehicle when it's parked, but only if you utilize this little bad boy that you buy separately, which plugs into your fuse box. So we're going to do that instead. I am still going to run the wires through the A-pillar and down into the cab to hook up to the fuse box. I just got to find, it comes with 3 different wires. One of these is going to go to ground, obviously that one. And the other 2, one goes to a hot battery, and the other one goes to accessory only fuse. So I got to figure out where those fuses are in the fuse box, run the wiring, and hook it all up. But before I do that, one of the things that Wolfbox says you should do is power up your system and actually make sure everything's functional before you install it. I thought, wow, that's some pretty good advice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this to the cigarette lighter plug, power it all up, make sure the rear camera works, make sure the GPS works, make sure the front camera works, and then we'll worry about the install. So I'm going to shut off right now, hook it all up, and I'll come right back and show you if it works. Okay, something I just learned is it'll be a lot easier to do the test of it with it actually installed on the mirror first. Right now I've got the backup camera sitting in the back. You can see it's upside down. I think I can flip that using some of these screen controls, which I haven't figured out yet. But rear image adjustment, flip rear. See if that did it. Oh, look at that. It does. So you can just do an adjustment on the camera itself, and that way you can mount it either way. I'm trying to figure out where best to stick this thing. And what I did was I just set it in the back window to see what that looks like. So that's right there. Of course, right now I've got my 10-hour cover up, but you can't even see it at all. Can't see the bed of the truck at all. I suppose if I rotate it down a little bit. Oh yeah, that'd be a pretty good view right there, wouldn't it? This looks like a good place to mount it. I was thinking about mounting it up there as part of that light and running the wires through the headliner, but decided, I didn't want to do that if I didn't have to. And of course, the recommendation that comes with it is that you mount it down here by the license plate down there. They don't give you enough wire on this size vehicle to get there, but they have an extension kit that you can buy. It recommends that you do not try to splice into their existing wiring, that you buy their extension if you have to. But I think that right there is going to work pretty good. Now, one thing that is a problem is, you see this red wire right here? It comes off of the main wire for the backup. The red wire is supposed to go to your reverse signal indicator. And what it does for you is it actually adds reverse lines on the backup camera, on the mirror. I'm not sure if I'm going to worry about that right this second, because obviously I have the Ford backup camera system in the main display. So I'll think about that one. I'll let you know. And then I'm going to route around behind the seat, and then I'm going to come up the back side of that trim right across here, and then I'm going to go into the door right here and go across the door. And you'll notice I got a clothes hanger right here. I'll tape it to that and hopefully be able to pull that L-shaped connection through. I can tell you I had a heck of a time getting the coat hanger through there from the front. I tried numerous times, couldn't get it from the back. First time, boom, right through. So let's see how that goes. Okay, you can see I've got the camera just sitting there still, but the wire is tucked in. I actually tucked it in. There's this, you can see it, this stuff right here. So just tucked it in behind there, ran it behind the seat, along the window right there. It's coming up, and you can see it right there, but from the front you can't see it at all. That piece of trim covers it up, and right now I've got it sitting right there just so I can show you where we're going, and also show you that they actually give you one of these little bars so you can use it to help push the wire in along your trim as you go along. And when we get over here, we're just going into the door frame. Notice I ran out of that red reverse wire right there. I'm actually going to tie in some other wire right here. I'm going to run it all the way to the front so that if I decide to hook up that reverse, I have that capability already in place. Well, luck didn't prevail. I managed to get the white wires. There they are. There they are. White wires went through. So I'm gonna have to try again on the other one. It's pretty tight back in there. Okay, I wasn't gonna show you this, but hey, we all make mistakes. So when I got the white wire through, I wrapped it around this weather stripping. So I'm going to untape it. I'll reconnect it, put it on the correct side, because I sure as heck don't want to try and pull the white wire through there again. Okay, believe it or not, this is attempt number 3, because once I got it all disconnected and I ran the clothes hanger back through there, yes, I once again had attached the cable on the wrong side of this weather stripping. So I took it off and had to do it again. And now I'm going to try and get this through here. I'm going to tell you, I don't know that I'm going to be successful doing this, because this is tight and it's an L-shaped plug. So All right, I'm gonna have to have both hands. Look at that. Got it through. All right. Pull all this excess wire through there gently. It's coming, and we now have all the wire on this side. Look at that. So we just gotta get this up in this track right here. Put the weather stripping back on. Shouldn't be too hard to do, with the exception of holding the camera at the same time. Makes life pretty interesting. So just get this weather stripping on. Yeah, it's working out pretty good. Now, I will tell you that I probably did that the hard way, because you could, if you wanted to, instead of doing all of this, you could, if you wanted to, just run that across there, tuck it in underneath this, go around there, you know, right around here, tuck it in under here, under there, and continue on. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get it up in there all the way. So, very clean installation so far. Okay, so we're putting our trim back on. The black wire is coming down here to the A-pillar. And then we're gonna wrap it around the A-pillar, bring it across, and drop it. And then the white wire is gonna go down the A-pillar and be out underneath there until I figure out what I need to plug it into to connect it to the reverse indicator. Yeah, maybe somebody can help me with that. I don't know what to plug it into yet, but I'll figure that out. Anyway, black wire run across, and that should take care of that reverse backup camera, except mounting the camera itself. Okay, backup camera wire, the black wire is going in pretty good. You can see I got it plugged in already. This is still the plug for the cigarette lighter one, which we're not going to be using when we get the hard wire in. So that's working pretty good. Now the GPS, it just sticks to the dash. Thinking I'm going to leave it right there, and I'm going to run it on the upside of the A-pillar right there and put it in that same slot right across there. Plug it in, see how that goes. And get this white wire out of the way too. Get that weather stripping back on. Okay, I'm fighting with the GPS antenna wire a little bit. So this one is, let's see, this one's GPS, this one's the backup camera. So I've got them both going up here, going behind the headliner, and then trying to go down the A-pillar, and it'll come across the dash. But this A-pillar on the backside is actually really loose as far as the amount of space you got back here. So, you know, it goes in real easy, but the problem is it goes in real easy and it comes out real easy too. See that? Look, every time I try and move it down here, I'm just pulling it out up there, and vice versa. In addition, they really don't give you a whole lot of extra cable here, so on that one. Now back to the backup camera. I haven't finished this up over here yet, because what I ended up doing is I pulled all this excess cable back out, and I'm going to actually run it down the A-pillar and tuck it in here, because there's space to put it right back in there, so I don't have a bunch of wires bundled up over the top of my headliner. I'll get that in there and then catch you back up. We got to put the power to it as well. Okay, perhaps all you people out there already know this, but I just figured out that the interior fuse box is actually located over here behind this wheel well, behind the kick panel on the right side, the passenger side. So this supposedly comes out pretty easy. Oh yeah, that does. Yeah, get that out of the way. And I'm leaning on the seat thing. Supposedly you can just pull this kick panel. Oh, it's got it. Oh yeah, that comes out easy. And now, is there a fuse box right there? Man, I'll tell you what. If that's the fuse box, I don't think they could have made it any easier to get to. Right. I don't think that's the fuse box, though. Do you guys think that's a fuse box? I don't know. Hang on. Okay, just like everybody else, since I can't figure out where the fuse box is, and it's not where it was supposed to be, I had to go watch the YouTube and find somebody that showed me where it was. And it's actually under the glove compartment in this area right here. And supposedly there's some push pins right here that have to be popped out. Well, there's 3 of them. So I'm going to pop those out, gain access to that fuse box. Okay, since I left you last, we did finish up that side over there, but you can still see the wire in that A-pillar. I got to figure out how to mount that better. And the GPS is just sitting there right this second. Well, that fuse box brings a big dilemma, which I've decided, after some research, I've decided I'm going to use this spare spot here and a spare spot here, pull these fuses and plug into them. And then I'm going to put it all back in there. And I'm going to route the wire over through the side here, up this A-pillar, across here, across and into the camera for power. As far as the fuse box goes, for right now, I'm going to put it back up there and without the lid, because I'm not going to drill a hole in the lid. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. All right, let me put that in like that and see how we do. Okay, plugged in the power wire, which is the USB-C on the far left there. Wire is just going to go up, come up here, go behind the trim, all the way across the window, come down, and then we're going to shove it in here on the A-pillar, just like this. Maybe. Yeah, trying to film, and I'm finding filming and doing things can be very problematic. But this is supposed to be an installation video, so. And as everybody says, this is how I did it. Not a how-to, but how I did it video. Because who knows if I'm even remotely anywhere near where I should be. Got the, you can see up inside there, maybe it's hard to see, but that white thing, that's an airbag. Don't want to mess with that. So we'll just push this up here like I had it a second ago. And now we'll put some of this weather stripping back in to hold it in place. And you see it just falls out if you're not careful. There we go. I'm gonna have to take this down again in a couple days to make my next video. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully you'll stick around for that one too. But you know, I can tell you, a lot of you are probably saying this guy's a joker. Yeah. Anyway, I get it. We're having fun. So this is the control module for it. And what it does is you know, with these 3 wires I pointed out earlier. You got a hot wire all the time, you got a wire with accessory, and you got a ground. The hot full time through here will only work when the accessory is not working, which then puts the dash cam in the park mode, which it monitors a couple different ways. You can read that on your own in the, you know, online. It's got 2 different modes. One is a G mode and a G-force mode, and the other is just a time delay, so it only takes a little bit of video every, you know, so often. Anyway, that's what this is for, and that's why I'm trying to get this thing to work. As you can see, there's a hole right back there. I'm going to shove that back there, route the wire under, and we'll have our 2 powers, our accessory and our hot, into the fuse box. I'm going to put the fuse box back up, and then I got to figure out where in the heck I can get this ground wire to, because all of this stuff in here, none of this is actually grounded. I haven't tried everything, but I will seek and destroy until I find me a ground. All right. Okay, we got the black cord going down. The box is tucked in back there. You can see the 3 wires coming across, around, and coming down right here. Black's still not hooked up, but I've got my fuse jumpers mounted in the places they need to be, and you can see here that they've labeled these pretty nicely for you. So this one is accessory, can you read it? ACC, and this one is battery positive. Where's it at? Yeah, battery positive right there. Hard to read. Yeah, I guess I also show you, I brought my multimeter out, and I did find out that this fuse right here, this position, is only powered with auxiliary, and this one and this one, which are both spare, are both powered full time. So I've got everything I need except a place to ground. It says B+ on it, trust me. So the B+ is going to where the hot fuse was, and the accessory is going to where the only power on with the key. Got those. Again, still got to figure out where to put this daggone ground. Let me get this fuse box back in place. Oh, okay, call me crazy, but I was looking at this lid and I realized that it is not a sealed lid. See this? That corner? Well, the 2 corners opposite the hinge have holes in them. I imagine that's drainage holes in case water gets in there, because they're not really sealed. So what I do, I enlarge that hole right there. So now I can actually, I know you can't see, I can put these 2 wires through that hole. Hang on just a second, let me do it. Okay, so now I got the wires through the hole, still connected, hopefully to the right one. I did double check. And now we're gonna see how close this battery box comes to actually fitting the cover, that is. Get back out here, wire. What are you doing? And can we manage to get it to close? No, we're still a 1/4 inch off, but here's the deal. It's a 1/4 inch because it's sticking out further down here, and there's nothing I can do about that. But what I can do is I can tape that box up, and now hopefully there's enough clearance between the bottom of this and the bottom of that for that to go back up. So I'm going to tape this box up, and I'm going to see if I can get that back up there. Okay, it ain't pretty, but it's not terrible. I'll tuck those wires in a second. I got to find a place to ground it. Now earlier I said this was not grounding, and I don't know why, but watch this as I touch it now. Boom! So I found me a ground right there. I am going to tie off to that. It'd be nice if this bolt was going the other direction so I could just get to it, but I'll put the ground on there, and then we'll be ready to test if this thing works. Okay, I still have a mess over here, as you can see, but everything's plugged in. Oh, and I didn't use that one. I saw this one over here. Oop, yeah, back there. You see it? And I tested it, and sure enough, it was a good ground. So I just went ahead and used that as a ground. Everything's connected. I got everything connected up here. I've got power, I've got backup camera, and I've got GPS all plugged into the mirror. Now all we gotta do is fire it up and see what happens. So we'll put it on accessory, which should power it up. Powers up the car, the truck. And push the power button. And we got nothing. Okay. So my fuses must not be working. All right. I'll have to go back down there and see if I can figure it out. All right. I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, my fuse box may be playing tricks on me. I don't know what the heck the deal is. But anyway, you can see the power's off and this is on. And I believe it's just on park mode right now. But, you know, I'm not 100% certain. So I gotta kind of try and figure that out. I don't know how to figure it out. Let's see if it's getting GPS. Yeah, look at that. Do you see anything on there to help us? I don't see anything. It says about park mode. That's not going to do us any good. That's not going to do us any good. Let's do this. Let's fire up the vehicle, or put the vehicle in accessory mode, and see what happens.
Comforters displayed on 80 bedrooms in all the latest styles and finishes. Because good sleep improves your health and mood, Carroll House offers Sura Perfect Sleep, Arctic, Eye Comfort, and adjustable power bases too. Get huge savings on
it. Shuts it off. That's it's recording according to that. We don't need any pictures taken. Oh, that's the emergency thing. It saves that under an emergency. Saves the file, the video file. That was not what I wanted. Alright, I'll figure this out. This is an installation video, not a how to use the stupid thing video. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on now. When I turn the power off, it should go into sleep mode. Oh, look at that. It did. I think it's working. Wow, we may be done. I'm going to clean up all those wires, put the car back together, play with it a little bit, and I'll give you a final thought on it. All right. Okay, let me tell you where we're at. There's the new Dashcam mirror. The wires aren't too bad. I can do a little more work on those, but not terribly bad. The GPS is still just sitting there, not actually mounted. That wire is a little problematic still. You can see it right there. The rear camera is still just sitting there. I haven't done anything else with it, but everything is working. Well, let's make sure. Oh, there it goes all by itself. And that's looking forward right now. I have not played with it. I really don't know how to make it do anything yet. I haven't read the instructions. Anyway, I'll figure that out. This, after all, was just an installation video. And as you can see, it is installed. And right now it's going into that park mode. So it will record any event if something happens. Got this over here all cleaned up, other than the floor is dirty. Can't tell I was even in there. Here's what's left from the installation kit. So it came with a car USB. I got some paperwork. I got some more inside. Lens cleaner. Here's the extra adapters to install with different types of fuses. I only needed the minis. Longer mounts if you needed those. This was the tool to help put stuff in. And we do have, those are the fuses I took out so I could show those other fuses in. These were in spare slots, not used, so I didn't disconnect anything. All of this is mounting hardware. This is obviously sticky things for wires if I needed those. This is double-sided tape for the current rear view dash mount. And this is a new not dash mount, the rear mount. This is a different mount in case you wanted to hang it upside down. It also has double-sided tape. So I'll use this double-sided tape and secure it. I probably won't put the screws in because I don't really want to poke holes back there if I don't have to. That pretty much covers all of that. So, I know, terrible video, terrible audio, didn't know what I was doing, still don't know what I'm doing. I have to figure out how to patch together, edit all these little snippets into one video before I can even post it. Not to mention I have to create my own YouTube account because I don't even have that yet. By the time you watch this, if you watch it, I will have. So, Rich Adventures, what is it really all about? It's not about installing a dash cam in my truck, although that was pretty cool. I actually my wife and I bought a new Alliance Paradigm 340 RL, and we'll be picking it up here in about a month or so. And I needed a truck to haul it with, so I bought this F350. It's a 2024. We bought it new in February of 2025. And man, I can't believe they won't negotiate on prices at all. It's like ridiculous. But we bought it anyway. So now we're trying to equip it. I installed an Anderson fifth wheel hitch, the Ultimate Connection fifth wheel hitch, because this is a short bed. And I do know that I'll probably have problems making tight turns, and I won't be able to make tight turns, but I can't handle any more weight. It's a single wheel axle, real wheel axle, and I'm probably going to be pushing my payload capacity once everything's there. Subject for another video, obviously. If you didn't like my video, don't be a hater. Don't give me a thumbs down. Just don't watch me anymore. It's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. If you thought I was doing okay, trying my best, give me a thumbs up. You could even subscribe and see where I go next. I do have an entire Halo View camera system that I'm going to put on the fifth wheel and install. So that'll include a rear camera, a forward-facing camera, and 2 side marker cameras. Maybe that'll be my next video. I don't know. We'll see. Figure out what's next. And I guess that's it for today. Thanks. Okay, a final shot. I did clean up a few things. As you can see, I used a couple of those wire tie gizmos to secure these wires off the top, and I've rerouted them slightly. I did get rid of that wire. How did I do that? Well, I just rerouted the GPS to the other side, and it's clean install, goes all the way down to there. And that works really nicely. It was up on the rear view. There's the rear view. I did relocate the rear camera as well. Take a look at that. Right up here at the top. I used that double-stacked tape, put it right there, routed the wire across the top, and everything else is the same. That concludes the installation of the Wolfbox dash cam. Until next time, bye.